Hello and happy summer to my friends that love nail art as much as I love nail art. Today we're working on a set with these fabulous mermaid foils. So they look like mermaid scales. They do have holographic silver bits in between this to make the scales themselves, and they are rainbow colored. I ordered these on Amazon. I actually really love these foils. They did a really good job with these. Sometimes you get foils and they don't transfer well, or they wrinkle easily, things like that. These did not do any of those things, so I was very impressed. I have nails in the light right now. I'm going to take them out. Yep. They are a 1-coat white, and then I went over it with the foil glue. So this is actually nail polish and foil glue. So not gel glue this time. This is not a gel set. So you saw me a second ago starting to cut into the foil. This is one of those tips and tricks, pro tips and tricks I will share with you. When you're doing these in the salon, or if you're doing these at home, it is really important, just like when you're sewing something, to cut those little bands. And the reason why is because it helps to keep the foil from buckling and folding while you're trying to apply it, because the nail is curved surface and the foil is a flat piece of paper. So you have to make it so that it can mold itself around. You can see that more so right now as I'm tucking it around the edge of the nail. It follows the curve of the nail because of the slits that I've cut into it. You would think that that's going to cause a problem with the design. It does not cause a problem with the design. It actually goes on even better, I think, that way. Then I'm going back and just touching up any little spots that might not have come off fully when I press the foil on. You'll also notice I am using a silicone tool that does make your work a whole lot easier. This one also has a curvature in it, and that helps to really smooth and pressure on the foil, because you do need to put a little pressure on the foil to make sure that it adheres properly. But you can see how smoothly that applies because I have cut those slits into the foil. You don't need a ton of them. They don't need to be cut in really far. They just need to be about 1 inch in from the edge and all around that outer edge. So I usually do about 6 little cuts before I apply. As I said, this is a white base background because I really didn't want a particular color. Sometimes I will try to match my foil color, my nail polish color to my foil color, or my gel polish color to my foil color, so that if the little bits don't come off or you end up with little parts, sometimes the foils don't transfer fully and completely, you really don't notice it. Sorry, I was yawning there for a second. It's getting late in the evening and I am editing. It seems to be a theme. So I am picking and choosing the part of the fade between the colors that I wanted. I wanted this set to come out almost as if it is a rainbow. So I am intentionally kind of choosing colors that fade from one to the next on the nail. You could do these all in the same color for sure, or you could just do a focal nail with these if somebody didn't want to have all of that color. But I do think they're phenomenal just the way they are. This one I hadn't cut yet, so I'm going to cut that now and show you once again the areas that I'm cutting. So you can see I'm making 2 little cuts on the sides, kind of like a V, and then also the same kind of V at the front and the back of the foil. How you line these up is entirely up to you. You will notice there is a fair amount of waste sometimes with foils. I will save mine and just set them aside and sometimes use them for another type of nail art later on. And there is actually a second set that I'm going to do in a mermaid theme. And that second set is going to use some of this bits and pieces that I have left over. I throw nothing away. It's probably not a good thing, but I don't. If I think I can reuse it, I'm going to. And then I'm just going to touch up the edge again on this one because that one didn't fully transfer. You will notice too, when I'm taking my time when I do this, this video is sped up a little bit just to make things easier and quicker for you watching. But I do take my time and really look at the nails as I'm rubbing them off. And you'll see that. You see that off and on in the video, how I'm kind of peeling up one corner just to check on it before I actually pull the whole thing off. Sometimes you can run into trouble with a foil transferring, and In that case, it's best to just do polish remover, remove that top sticky layer and restart. That's sometimes just easier than trying to force it to happen. This is super easy, super fun. It does take a little bit of time, but not terribly. It's a pretty easy nail art design. You don't have to be artistic at all to do this. You just have to know how to use foil and foil gel and top coat. I do recommend using at least 2 coats of top coat when you're done with this, because one of the things that happens is if you don't get a real good seal at the tip of the nail, sometimes the foil will wear off over a period of weeks. It happens less with the gel polish top coats, but when you're using nail polish, it does tend to happen a little more. So just make sure you're using a good thick top coat and make sure that you're doing 2 coats, and then you should be fine. It usually typically wears, foils like this when you do a full foil nail, usually wear about 2 weeks without a problem. And that, my friends, is our set for this week. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. I'm still trying to figure out how to fix that on some of the videos. I don't know why it's not working. And don't forget to check out the sneak peek that's coming up next for our next mermaid foil nails. Or not foils, but they are mermaid nails. There they are.